Hello, thank you so much for stopping by my channel, A Whiff and a Prayer. My name is Sheridan. I am so grateful to spend some time with you today, and I'm thankful that you're here. If you are in a place that smells good, I want to just take a deep breath and I want you to exhale and relax, and we can have a conversation about one of my favorite notes in perfumery, and that is neroli. Neroli is a note that I didn't really appreciate for many years, maybe even decades, but I have just grown to absolutely love it. It is synonymous with springtime for me, and year after year, probably around the end of March, typically the beginning of April, I start rummaging around my collection of perfumes and start pulling them out from little closets and hat boxes where I store things. And before you know it, I've curated a little tray of neroli based scents that I am ready to use for the entire month of April, sometimes into May. Neroli is from the bitter orange tree. It can be difficult to distinguish the two notes, but they are different. I still struggle with that sometimes, and some of the scents that I'm going to show you today actually feature the bitter orange note as well. And to me, they are so close that they can smell so similar. I kind of lump them together, but I know that that's not really accurate according to perfumery. Neroli, I think it is feminine. If it were to match up with a color, I wore my coral sweater today because I think it's like this peachy pink that I think of in my head when I think of neroli. And I must not be the only one, because the bottles and lotions that I'm getting ready to show you are all about this color or similar, and so other people must associate that as well. When I think of neroli, it can be very fresh. I think just almost abrasively fresh, and that can come from citrus oil, but it's fresh. It is used as a top note often, sometimes a middle note. I've never seen or owned any base notes that have neroli in it in any of my fragrances. It is polarizing. Like I said, people either love it or love to let you love it. It makes me think of all things soft and fluffy and fresh and new. It makes me think of my children when they were little. It just has a very springtime feel to me, and I love it so much. I was reading about the different benefits that it can offer and how in aromatherapy it can be used to help people relax or create an atmosphere that feels calming. And that was a little surprising to me because like I mentioned, I just have always noticed the fresh aspect of it right away. So I found that that was something new that I was learning about today. One thing I've realized over the years with any kind of neroli-based fragrances or top notes that I own, they are complimented on me, which is always surprising. So I think that it must go well with certain people's chemistry. I have struggled going through good old menopause to be able to keep scents on my skin, and I often can rarely smell a fragrance on myself, so I'm surprised when other people can. So I have all of the normal tips and tricks that people do to help make it last, but I was going to share a few of my favorite products that I use when I am seeking out any orange blossom or neroli fragrances. So typically I like to start, like everyone else does, in the shower or bath with some kind of neroli based product. I have a lotion and oil that is, I believe, by White Barn actually, but it's sold at Bath and Body Works. It's, of course, relatively inexpensive. When you can get it on a sale, it's great, and I love to stock up with those. And it is just called a neroli and bergamot Bath and Body Work, either lotion or oil or shower gel. So I love that shower gel. We have stayed at a spa/resort that's close to where we live, and they had the Le Labo, I believe it was number 36 products, which are neroli-based, and they were amazing. I used the wash and the lotion, and I really love those. I don't own that, but I can recommend it. I know a lot of other people have said that the L'Occitane Neroli Orchidy, I believe it's called, bath products are great, and that could be something that you use to start out with to help this fragrance last on you too. The next thing that I will typically go to is in that same product line. I've already gone through quite a bit of this one this year, and this is the Uplifting Boost Neroli Blossom and Bergamot Body Lotion. So typically I will use this first. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Right after my shower or bath, I will put that on, and then they make it's pretty dry. It's an essential oil mist of the exact same scent family and line. It says Aroma Uplifting Boost, Bath and Body Works. So these are great. I love finding them. They have them in a few different fragrances, and I will talk about a different line of scent that I use those with later as well. There's one I looked up. This is really affordable too. It was Neroli Luminaire Gentle Body Wash by a company called Bastide, and I haven't used that, but it looked great, and it was in a price range that seemed very affordable, definitely under the $20 price point. So I use the body wash, the lotion, the oil, try to make sure that I am moisturized well. And typically with neroli, if you find any of these are just a little bit too either astringent smelling or abrasive or have that bitter note that's just kind of hard to get past, I really recommend that you use some sort of vanilla body butter or vanilla body care products. It doesn't matter. You can just that warm vanilla kind of smell. So many of them are similar. I highly recommend. This is a new bottle. I go through these really quickly, and whenever my grandchild's coming over, I always have this on because I want to create an association, a scent memory. But this is the Body Fantasies Vanilla, and this can be found at Walmart. I believe it's under $5. It smells so warm and so good. They have some other body butters. There's one by Tree Hut of vanilla that's good, I can recommend. And there's one that I know is really popular by Equate. It's a Tahitian tiare flower, I believe, and that's a good body butter too. And those are all relatively inexpensive, so I can recommend that you check those out. Let's get into the scents I wanted to share. So this would be the first one that I probably ever owned that was neroli centric, and this is a perfume by Victoria's Secret. It has been discontinued. It is called Breathless. Such a pretty color. I've used a lot. This was such a special fragrance to me to buy. It came out in 2003, and I'd wanted this so badly. So that was a long time ago. And that year was the year that we bought our forever home, and we were broke, just broke. So I hope my children, when they were younger, they were pretty young, I hope that they didn't realize how bad it was, but they must have known how special this was to me by my reaction. And I received this for Mother's Day that year. So I think that they knew that this gift was pretty special. So Breathless contains the top notes. Let me check this. Neroli, orange blossom, and sandalwood. It's pretty simple. The Santal is a really powdery, woody note. I don't always love it. I associate it a lot with iris or violet, which are not two of my very favorite notes in perfume, but somehow this smells like a cashmere sweater. It is so warm and so pretty, it will leave you breathless. I'm including this because if you feel like going on a treasure hunt, it can still be found online, but it is not cheap. So if you want to, I know that you can find it on eBay still. I'm guessing you could even find it on Amazon. I know people sell it, but you could get a really small one if you want to just try it for a lesser price point. But that is a precious one to me. I love it. I wanted to include it in my collection. And men seem to like that too. I just think it's beautiful and so feminine. It has been stored now, so I guess it's about 22 years old, and it has not turned, it has not soured. The color of the liquid has not turned at all. It has aged remarkably well. So that's good to know if you are going to end up spending some money on that fragrance. I think that it will age really, really well. The next one I wanted to share. Yes, this is Just by Roberto Cavalli. I am a huge fan of Cavalli scents, and this is no exception. This is easily found. A lot of people just seem to pass it over. The cap is really heavy and it's nice. I've never liked the little snake skin kind of print on here, which is just like a sticker. So that's kind of disappointing because the rest of the bottle is great. It's so heavy. And this came out in 2013, I believe. So this one is 12 years old. I think I have about 3 bottles of this. I will always have this on hand. I don't know why more people don't wear this. It is at a lower mid price point and it's so decent and so well done. I will wear this to church a lot. I recommend you wear it on the back of your neck, and I will get 10 or 12 compliments just in one Sunday. So that's a little bit nutty to me, but it's great. It has the neroli, it has Tahitian tiare again, that is a white and creamy indolic floral, and then the other note that's really unique in here is the rosewood, which it's my understanding that's from redwood trees, and that can smell really warm, and maybe that's where that nuttiness comes from. But this is just so feminine and soft and pretty and beautiful. It's like a hug, but it's not overtly sexy. Like I said, I wear this when I go to church, so I hope not. But at the same time, it would be a great date night fragrance, but it's also a fragrance that I would want this perfume to stay on my child if I gave them a hug. It's just absolutely beautiful. And it would be really pretty to spray a little bit on your hairbrush and run it through your hair. So Amazon, eBay, just trust me on the Just Cavalli. It's great. Number 3 would be my La Vie Belle Eclat. I don't know why this got discontinued. Now, La Vie Belle is either you like La Vie Belle or you don't. I don't think that there's a lot of people who are on the fence. This came out in, I believe, around 2017. I don't know why this was discontinued. It was one of the best of all the flankers. It is incredible. The bottle is really pretty. They have the glass that has the signature smile on it, but it's cut. So it's just really beautiful. And this is considered to be an oriental floral. It was created by 2 of my very favorite noses in the business that they're incredible designers. This one has mandarin, grapefruit, some bergamot, tea, pepper, and the middle notes that are not, I don't think that it's listed on Fragrantica as being neroli, but don't take that website and the information that you find on there as the be all and all of information on some of the scents that you're looking for. You can dig around a little bit more sometimes and find out a little bit more information. I detect the base of this has the ambroxan, and iris musk, and patchouli. So this has a cream soda or a little bit of a cola note in it to me. And incidentally, I was reading that there are 3 different colas on the market that are said to have the neroli in the recipe. So I thought that was kind of fascinating. Maybe that's why I like Diet Coke so much. I will never understand why that was discontinued. I have found that on the Sephora website. It is typically sold out, but I do know that it is still available. You can find it on eBay, probably some other places. I would be careful buying that on eBay actually, but there is another company that I like. I think it is called California or CA Perfumes that does an impression of the eclat that is really well done. I've heard a lot of good things about that. So the next one that I want to share with you is from one of my favorite designers. I collect not every one of them, but I have a lot of the Jean Paul Gaultier, and this is the classique version of Pinup. And it is a beautiful bottle. It has lots of glitter. And sorry for all my handprints. There's even some dust on there. I should have cleaned this. This had to have been in development, probably before 2020, but I think that it's so special because it came out in 2020. And it just smells like happiness and all things soft and good. And so I think that it's remarkable that it was released at a time during COVID when people really needed a smile in a bottle. And I had that mailed to me. I love it. I think it's so beautiful. That is another one that is considered to be an Oriental vanilla. It has ginger, citron, orange blossom. The neroli smells just like that. I can't tell the difference in those. There's a marshmallow note, vanilla, and amber. This has been said to be the same vein as like Love Don't Be Shy, Oriana. I know Latifa has one. I think it's called Ansem Gold. I have that has the neroli and fruity and orange blossomy note that has the marshmallow. So it's just so soft and cuddly, and I really like that one. It is a little bit powdery, but I think that the ginger that is just used in the recipe that a lot of the JPG classique flankers have is a note that you can sense. It's sort of like in cooking when you add a touch of maybe cardamom or ginger to a baked good, and when you taste that, or it can be not necessarily smelled, but it can be felt. So there's a warmth that your senses can pick up on with this perfume. And I just suggest that if you like orange blossom and neroli, that you give that a try. It's something different. I think that these are all things that aren't necessarily all the rage right now, but they're great. They're good. I use them every year. They've aged well, and I recommend them. So the next one that I wanted to talk about that actually I apologize because this could actually be used as the dry oil that I showed you from Bath and Body Works. I apologize to all of France right now because I know I'm going to butcher this. I believe that it is called Nook's Wheel, and this is the Potage Floral, and this is a dry oil. My daughter-in-law gifted this to me, and so it's very special. And this is an oil that you can use on your face, on your skin, on your hands, and then run through your hair. Oh, it is absolutely beautiful. I've used quite a bit. It has aged well. Store it in a dark place, but I'm surprised there's still so much left because I have used a lot of this. So this is soft and warm. It has a note that is very lactonic without going into the sunscreen territory to me. I know some people would disagree with that, and I think that some other people compare this to some scents that smell more like sunscreen, and I don't get that, but we're all different. Scent is subjective, and so that is just me, and I'm sure it smells more sunscreeny to other people. That came out in, I believe, 2012, and Nooks has another actual neroli scent that I've never used. The next time that I get over to Europe, I wanted to look for it in one of the pharmacies because that's a great place to pick that up. The next one, and I want you to stick with me if you've been here this long, you can do it. This is usually up for a debate. Oh, so sorry, I just dropped something. This is Elizabeth Taylor's Loves White Diamonds. I often want to talk about this really softly because I'm afraid that I'm going to be in a fragrance fire line of some kind where people act like you're going to be taking them to a casino and making you chain smoke and then spray on white diamonds. People either love it or hate it, it seems, and I am a fan. I think it has a very interesting place in history and it deserves to be there. So this is nothing like that. If you don't like that, don't worry, but this is incredible. I have a really big bottle of it too, but I've traveled with this one. It is so beautiful. I have such an appreciation for this, and I don't want to be too shy to admit it, that you should try it. It works really well with a lot of people's chemistry in any kind of heat or sunshine. It will absolutely bloom, but don't overspray it because someone will put you in timeout. This came out in 2017, and the top notes that have the neroli, they also have a mandarin orange and petitgrain. The middle notes are some white flowers. There's some gardenia, some jasmine, sambac, tuberose. There is Turkish rose. And then the base of this is musk and cedar and sandalwood, which ground it so well. The bottle is so pretty. It has a row of what looks to be like little, I don't think it's actual, they're not stones. It just has an imprint or it's engraved and it looks like that. This is the toilette version and that is plenty. I don't know if they have a eau de parfum version, but that would be a lot if they did. This is very strong but beautiful, and this can be found so inexpensively on Amazon, eBay. I would not hesitate to buy perfume at that price point on either one of those sites. If it is anything over, I would say probably 50 or 60 US dollars, and you want to protect your investment of perfume, I would be very careful. I have gotten some doozies off of there, and you have no idea what they are using to make a fake fragrance. And some of the chemicals, I've even heard that goat urine has things like that have been used to make really cheap fake perfume knockoffs. So this is not that. You can be sure that I can't imagine that anyone would try to replicate or impersonate or make a fake one of those. And the last one, and I have just, I was going to say too, that this one pairs great with vanilla. This is one that I would recommend that you add a little vanilla to if it's a little too strong and you need to warm it up. This one I just recently opened. It is called Arif Durak. This can be found on their website or Amazon. I was sent this. I was gifted this from the company. I'm so thankful. It is a beautiful bottle that comes in a gorgeous box. I know that this has been talked about a lot. I'm a little late to the party, but that's okay. Sometimes that can be fun too, to discover things in your own time. So the cap is so heavy, like a lot of Middle Eastern perfumes. The bottle is just so pretty. It feels good in your hand. It's heavy. This is also inexpensive on their website or Amazon. It's considered to be an oriental floral. The top note of this I read is saffron, which I thought was so interesting, and plum. And I don't have a lot of fragrances that use plum as a top note, but typically when it is used, it smells almost like a fruity alcohol or wine scent, and that goes away relatively fast. And then comes in some, you read what else the notes were. The orange blossom and neroli is the heart notes, and then there's patchouli and musk. I don't smell a lot of patchouli in this. It is just absolutely beautiful. I'm not going to go digging around on my floor. I'm so sorry. The other tiny little sample that I have that I wanted to include for some people who might want a designer recommendation is a Tory Burch, and that's the 2013 version. And it has mandarin, neroli, pink pepper, cassis, and it has a note that I'm not really familiar with it. It's different for me, but it's carrot seed. And then that goes into tuberose and some white musk and cedar. And that one is said to be similar to Clinique's Happy, if you like that, or some people, I think the reviews are mixed on this, but some people even compare it to Chloe. I don't think it smells like Chloe, but apparently a lot of people do. So those are the fragrances that I have that I use and take out and will keep using over and over and over again. I absolutely love them, and I hope that you find one that might be something new to you that can turn into a treasure that you love as well. I wanted to leave you with a thought today. I was reading this morning in Jeremiah, and the passage of the Bible that I was reading was talking about how it is so important that we learn to separate that which is useful and what our true treasure is here on earth versus that which is fleeting and needs to be taken out because it's worthless, we don't need it. And I thought that was so neat. It kind of was like a metaphor for the distillation that I was reading about and that process, and how we need to just focus on separating what is good and right and true and worthy, and taking out things that don't really matter. And of course, perfume, it's all of these wonderful things that God has put in our world to enjoy. They're so fun, but it has no eternal value specifically. And so I just wanted to leave that thought that meant something to me today. So I encourage you, just let the burden of things that are unnecessary and worthless go, and I hope that you can lay that down today. So I think that that's about it. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I just wish you all blessings on the remainder of your week. I would love to hear from you in the comment section. Do you like neroli? Has it been something kind of hard for you to learn how to love like it was for me? If you do like it or don't like it, which are some of the fragrances that you use or have gotten rid of? I would love to hear more about it, and I look forward to that very much. Remember to smell pretty on the inside. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.